Your name, please.
I'm Richard Goodall. I'm from Terre Haute, Indiana.
The shocking truth behind Richard Goodall's deadly voice on AGT. He was a janitor for 23 years, then sang one song that changed his life. But what happened after the golden buzzer will truly surprise you. Stay with us, because this isn't just a story about a song, it's about what happens when dreams meet reality. Born and raised in Terre Haute, Indiana, Richard Goodall spent 23 years as a janitor at West Vigo Middle School. He wasn't a star. He was just Mr. Richard to students, kind, quiet, and always humming or softly performing songs while he worked. His tools of the trade were mop and bucket. His stage was the school hallways. He'd spin classic tunes like God Bless the USA or California Dreamin' while cleaning. Simple moments filled with genuine love for music. He didn't chase fame. He simply embraced joy. Then came a school event in 2022. Encouraged to choose a song, he picked Don't Stop Believin', and his voice filled the auditorium. A teacher recorded that moment and posted it online. The next morning, strangers were watching. Within days, the clip had millions of views. Even Steve Perry from Journey left a comment. It was small-town Indiana meeting the digital world in an instant. That video opened a door. Producers from America's Got Talent reached out. Richard, who had never even been on a plane or flown west of Missouri, suddenly found himself traveling to Los Angeles to audition for a show he had never imagined. He went from buffing school floors to walking backstage among cameras, cables, and celebrities. It was overwhelming. Yet through it all, Richard stayed calm. He said he focused only on the music, letting the moment carry him. On May 28, 2024, his audition aired. He stood before judges Heidi Klum, Simon Cowell, Sofia Vergara, and Howie Mandel, and sang Don't Stop Believin' again, only this time, the full world heard him. Heidi Klum pressed the golden buzzer. Confetti rained down. His life changed in 2 minutes. Simon Cowell called him a hero. Viewers everywhere watched in tears. Something about Richard felt familiar, like he was singing not just for himself, but for everyone who ever had a quiet dream. Richard didn't stop there. In the quarterfinals, he sang Michael Bolton's How Am I Supposed to Live Without You, dedicating it to his fiancée, Angie. His voice was raw and real. He moved on. In the semifinals, he performed Eye of the Tiger by Survivor, bringing energy, conviction, and emotion. Then came the finale, where he sang Journey's Faithfully. Every round he advanced, he gained more fans, not just for his voice, but for his story. He had no background dancers, no flashy lights, just a microphone and a message. For the grand finale, members of Journey, including Neil Schon, joined him to perform Don't Stop Believin' once more. It was unforgettable. The crowd stood. The judges were speechless. His performance captured hearts across the country. He won the $1 million prize and the season. And yet, even with the win, many wondered what would Richard do next? Would he chase Hollywood? Would he leave his small-town life behind? Winning AGT could have pushed him into the permanent spotlight, but Richard chose something different. He continued working as a janitor at his school. He posted an Instagram photo captioned, "Waxing floors today." Hope your day is a great one. Fame was real, but so was his love for his job. He still greeted students in the hallway, still hummed a tune while carrying out the trash. For him, success didn't mean forgetting where he came from. It meant remembering it even more. His school and city didn't forget him. They threw a pep rally. The students cheered. The mayor presented him with the key to the city of Terre Haute. Though everything had changed, Richard remained grounded, saying this was the first time his life felt unscripted, but in a wonderful way. And while the stage lights dimmed, the spotlight on his heart grew brighter. Teachers, janitors, and parents everywhere shared how his story gave them new courage. On the show's 20th anniversary episode, aired August 12, 2025, Richard reflected on his journey. He watched his audition clip again, remembering the shock, the cheering crowd, and realizing how far he'd come from that one video to a life transformed. He shared backstage stories, his nerves before each round, the moments of doubt, and the support from his fiancée Angie that kept him steady. Days after his win in September 2024, Richard married his longtime fiancée Angie Van Oven in Pasadena, California. The wedding was small, intimate, surrounded by friends and family. The win came just after that, making it an incredibly personal time of transformation. Fame had found him, but love had been there all along. Even with the prize money, he's reserved, practical. In interviews, he spoke of making conservative, thoughtful choices. He didn't want to rush into anything flashy. He wanted to use his reward wisely, balancing the music life with his everyday life. He said that all he really wanted was to keep singing, keep inspiring, and maybe help a few kids believe in their own voices. In August 2025, Richard announced via Instagram that his debut single, Long Time Coming, would be released on August 29th on all streaming platforms. The song reflects his journey every quiet hallway, every pep rally, every stage. The lyrics came from lived experience, from decades of unnoticed moments, and from one life-changing spotlight. As fans waited for the release, they found hope in his authenticity. He also began visiting other schools across the country, speaking to kids, singing at assemblies, and reminding them that big dreams don't always come with big starts. Sometimes they begin in the quietest corners. Students would stand in silence as he sang, some with tears in their eyes. Many told him later that they started writing songs, singing in their rooms, or daring to try something they were once too shy to do. Through it all, Richard remains who he always was. In early 2025, he said that he never pursued fame. He simply loved music. It was never about being noticed. It was about touching lives. Each song that I sing is a time capsule, he said. It takes you back to a certain point in time. For Richard, music wasn't about the spotlight. It was about connection. Today he attends school, sings on stage, hosts community events, and balances a new life with a favorite one. He represents the triumph of heart, persistence, and humility. And even now, when he picks up a microphone, there's something that feels the same as it always did, like it was never about fame, but always about the feeling. Richard was the guy who cleaned floors, but everyone heard something extraordinary in his voice. After 2 decades, his moment still arrived. He chose to stay connected to his students, to his community, and to himself. His voice didn't just entertain, it healed, reminded, and united. He's not just a winner. He's a teacher, a husband, a symbol of everyday magic. Richard Goodall's journey teaches us that life's biggest moments can come when least expected, that hope, patience, and staying true to yourself can lead to real, unexpected change. His voice wasn't born for stadiums, but it was. He didn't chase fame. It found him, and he found his way through music, heart, and endless belief. If Richard's story says anything, it's that sometimes the best chapters begin when you're simply doing your job and let someone else hear your song. And if you're lucky, they just might stop and listen.
And what do you do for a living?
I've been a janitor for 23 years.
What really happened to Richard Goodall? After AGT will shock you. His life after the golden buzzer wasn't the Hollywood dream everyone imagined. Let's uncover the surprising journey of the singing janitor who won America's heart. Let's start at the beginning. Born in Terre Haute, Indiana, Richard lived the kind of life most of us know well. He spent his younger days singing along to his Radio Shack stereo, letting his voice fill his bedroom as he dreamed of something bigger. But life doesn't always follow our plans. After high school, with college out of reach, Richard took a job as a janitor at Chauncey Rose Middle School.
And what do you do for a living?
I've been a janitor for 23 years. The kids call me Mr. Richard.
Okay. So tell me what the big dream is, please.
My big dream? I like to sing. I love to sing. So,
Okay. Does everyone know you've come out today to audition?
just my close-knit friends and my fiancée, Angie.
Ah.
For 23 years, Richard walked those school hallways, making sure everything was clean and safe. But even while mopping floors, his voice never stopped singing. Students and teachers would stop in their tracks, amazed by the janitor with the incredible voice. They started calling him the singing janitor, and he became known for his moving performances at school events, especially when he sang God Bless the USA during Veterans Day celebrations. Then came 2022, the year everything changed. During a school event, teachers asked Richard to pick a special song. He chose Don't Stop Believin by Journey, and as he sang, a teaching assistant recorded it and posted it on TikTok.
Richard Goodall stepping up to the mic at an Indiana elementary school graduation ceremony.
What happened next was incredible. The video exploded, getting over 100,000 views in just one day. By the weekend, more than 1 million people had watched it. Even Journey's Steve Perry left a comment. The video caught the attention of America's Got Talent producers, and suddenly, the janitor who sang in empty hallways was heading to one of the biggest stages in the world. On May 27th, Richard stood in front of Simon Cowell, Sofia Vergara, Heidi Klum, and Howie Mandel. His performance was so powerful that Heidi hit the golden buzzer, sending gold confetti raining down on him. But here's where the story takes an unexpected turn. Record labels started calling, and before long, Richard signed his first deal. His debut album, Believe Again, mixed original songs with covers, including his signature Don't Stop Believin. The recording process was nothing like his quiet life in Indiana, but surrounded by producers and musicians in the studio, Richard felt right at home.
I can hardly believe it when I heard the news today. I had to come and get it straight from you.
One of his biggest moments came when he was invited to perform at the Grand Ole Opry in Nashville. As he walked onto that legendary stage, the crowd got excited. His performance earned him a standing ovation, a moment he'll never forget.
Richard Goodall!
But success didn't change who Richard was at heart. He kept visiting Terre Haute, staying connected to his community. He even started the Believe In Fund at Chauncey Rose Middle School, helping students who dream of music but don't have the money to pursue it. For Richard, giving back matters just as much as his own success.
Richard Goodall, the winner of America's Got Talent, is finally back here in Indiana tonight.
That's right. He started his day going back to work at the school where he first earned his fame as the singing janitor. But he didn't spend the day cleaning up after the students today. Oh no, take a look. The students and the staff and city leaders all welcome Richard Goodall back to the West Vigo Middle School. This was a pep rally that they organized and held in his honor today.
Yeah, what a party there. A member of the mayor's office gave Goodall the keys to the city of Terre Haute before he took center stage to speak to this big crowd who's been cheering him on every step of the way. Richard Goodall shared what his future looked like.
The entire town of Terre Haute came together to support him. They organized watch parties for his performances and made sure to vote during the live shows. Richard became more than just a singer. He became a symbol of hope, showing that dreams don't have expiration dates.
As far as I go and Ange go, this is the first time our life has been unscripted. I mean, AGT has not only changed our life, but money aside, the opportunities are kind of endless right now.
And the singing janitor did not rush back to work after that rally.
Oh no, he took some time to walk the hallways and visit with some of the students there and the teachers. The kids even started singing Don't Stop Believing. That is the theme of their school year this year. A tribute to him as he walked through the halls, giving them high fives and hugs.
Today, Richard travels to schools across the country, sharing his story and encouraging students to chase their dreams, no matter what obstacles stand in their way. His journey from janitor to stage star proves that incredible things can happen to ordinary people who never stop believing. Back in the studio, Richard's new album captures everything he's been through. The years of dreaming, the hard work, and finally, the moment it all paid off. It's not just music, it's the sound of dreams coming true. As Richard continues performing on stages across America, he stays true to who he is.
It is indeed. Well, earlier Earlier this week, Terre Haute native Richard Goodall appeared on the NBC show America's Got Talent, and he not only wowed the crowd with his singing, he also impressed the judges. Goodall received a golden buzzer, taking him straight to the live round coming up in August.
Now, in case you haven't heard him sing, this is a clip from the audition that aired Tuesday night. I want to hear more.
Amazing.
It's great. Well, this morning we surprised him with a limousine ride to our studio and red carpet, a runway that's been out there to celebrate his accomplishments. And he also appeared on WTWO's Good Day Live. Zach,
The same humble person who used to sing in school hallways. His story reminds us all that sometimes the best dreams are the ones that take the longest to come true.
Richard Goodall, the singing janitor, is back home. Today he returned from the live shows of America's Got Talent. People across the nation voted to send him to the semifinals. And today, the community was thrilled to see him when he arrived back in the state. Cole Nobby has reactions from fans and from Richard. Cole.
Yeah, Mike, Richard moved on to the semifinals last night, but it looked like he won again today with a bus full of supporters greeting him at the airport.
Richard Goodall's journey shows us that life's biggest moments don't always come when we expect them.
Here. At home, we saw Richard singing, and when he sang that song from, well, Don't Stop Believin', I was shocked. He was so good. His voice was like so pure. It was amazing.
Sometimes they come while we're mopping floors, staying true to what we love, never knowing that our biggest break might be just around the corner. His success isn't just about talent, it's about heart, perseverance, and staying true to yourself even when success comes calling. As Richard keeps performing and inspiring others, one thing is clear. For the singing janitor from Terre Haute, this is just the beginning. The best really is yet to come.